Hi everyone, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential and I'm here today to share the latest simplicity patterns with you. So I've picked out a few of my favourites and I'm going to pair them with gorgeous dressmaking fabrics to give you lots and lots of sewing inspiration. Everything I mentioned today is available on our lovely website and you can find links to the website and all the patterns and fabrics I mentioned below. And if you like what you see today, please like and subscribe because every Friday I bring you a video packed full of sewing goodness. If you can't wait a whole week, jump on and have a look at our Instagram account where I share posts daily on our feed as well. And at the end of the video we will do a slideshow of all the designs. I've just picked out a few of my favourites, but if they're not floating your boat, do stay tuned until the end when you'll see the full range of designs from this new issue. So let's get started with the first pattern, which is Simplicity 9330, designed by the lovely Mimi G, who is just an absolute inspiration and idol to me. Really fantastic lady. If you haven't, you should look up her story. She's really taking the world by storm at the moment, and she started out just as an enthusiastic home sewer blogger and she's got so many different businesses running now. Just really inspirational lady. But anyway, I suppose the reason she's done so well is because she designs gorgeous patterns as well. So this one is a strapless jumpsuit or mini dress. It's got a boned princess seam bodice, so I thought, well, that would be quite an interesting thing to sew. I've never sewed with boning before, so yeah, I thought that would be an interesting little challenge for me to have a go at that. It's got an asymmetrical side drape, so it looks on the jumpsuit and the dress as if it's a top and a skirt or top and trousers almost, because the bodice has a sort of flap that comes down asymmetrically across the front like that. It's got self ties to tie that and hold it in place. It's a zip up the side. It's got a lovely sweetheart neckline, which I always love. And yeah, just a really interesting, fun design to work on. I think the trousers don't look like they're overly fitted, but they're not loose fitting. It is a fairly fitted jumpsuit, so I think, you know, it'd be quite a good sort of challenge in this pattern, and just a really lovely design. So it suggests you make it with crepes, rayons, silky types, soft cottons, tencels or velvets. We've got gorgeous stretch velvet on the website, which I think you could make the mini dress version with for the festive season. I think that would look lovely. But I chose this delicious viscose fabric that we had in fairly recently, and I thought I'd make the jumpsuit version in this. It's a lovely weight viscose. It's one of those sort of almost slubby viscose fabrics, if you know what I mean. It's not it's very silky and soft, but it's almost got like a slub effect to it, so it means it's one of those sort of slightly weightier viscose fabrics, and I think that would work really well for the jumpsuit. I just love the unusual print on it. I love the colours. I just think it would work really, really well. The next pattern I wanted to share is another Mimi G, and it's 9329. So this is a faux wrap bodice dress, so the dress overlaps at the front in the bodice. It's got a V, and then it goes into a waistband, and then it's got princess seams on the bodice, and it's also got a deep V back, so you're probably not going to be, your bra strap's probably going to show. It will show actually, because the V goes right down to the waistline, so if you wear a bra that's going to show. However, I don't think that's an issue anymore. I mean, it's all down to personal preference and whatever, but I recently saw that the ladies from Mad Men had got together, January Jones, Christina Hendricks and the lady who played the little girl in the series, and January Jones had a deep V dress on with her bra strap showing, and I think, you know, these days it's not really an issue, so I wouldn't let that put me off. I know it might put some people off, but I just wanted to mention it so you were aware. There's a little necktie at the back to hold it together at the top, and then it's got puff sleeves which are gathered into a narrow cuff or gathered into elastic. It's got box pleats on the skirt, and I just really like the way that it just seems to really balance itself out really nicely, this pattern does. It's cinched in at the waist with the waistband, it's really fitted round there, and then it's got the voluminous sleeves and it's got the box pleat skirt, and it just, I think this would work really well on a number of different body shapes. I think it would work really well for me. The fabrics for this one that are suggested are denim, poplin, linen blends, cotton blends, rayons. The fabric I chose is this gorgeous cotton lawn, which I made a skirt in this fabric some time ago, a maxi skirt in the crepe, but this is a cotton lawn base cloth, and I just love this print. I think it's gorgeous, and I think it would work really well for that dress. Mimi G is wearing a really vibrant print on the front cover, and that's what gave me the inspiration. Don't forget, all of these, if you want any details or any more information and the patterns, they're all available on our website, and you'll find links to everything I mention below. Then I also wanted to share Simplicity 9327, beautiful, romantic, feminine vibes coming from this one. Very contemporary, very now. We all know those sort of long flowing dresses are really, you know, on trend at the moment. What I like about this one is I think a lot of them tend to be sort of empire line or quite loose fitting, like the buffet dress as they called it on the Sewing Bee, which I don't think any of us had ever heard of before. But what I like about this version, this pattern, is this is actually really quite fitted round the waist, and it's got princess seams. The bodice is quite fitted, and then the skirt just comes out from the waistline and just looks like it's sort of like a slight A-line really. So very fitted in that top area, and I don't think a lot of the patterns coming out or a lot of the dresses available in this sort of peasant you know, sort of bohemian sort of style. I think a lot of them are a lot more loose fitting, and personally I quite like the fact that this one is more fitted. So it's got a V at the front and the back. It's got armhole, princess seams that go into the armhole. It's got a waist tie, waist darts at the back, and then there's 3 skirt lengths. There's a midi length with a ruffle on the bottom. There's a maxi length which is just plain and goes to the floor, and then there's a plain shorter length as well. It's gathered at the waist as well. And yeah, this just really pretty pattern. I think I would wear that. I'd feel quite comfortable wearing that during the day as well, which is always nice. You know, it's not too dressy. And the waist tie, you can tie it at the front or the back as well, which is a nice feature. Oh, I should have mentioned as well, there's the maxi version, they suggest just doing a plain sort of sleeveless version, but then on the other versions there is the option for a little ruffle coming, a little ruffle sleeve, which is really cute as well. So lots of options to mix and match with this one and get some really nice looks. The fabrics suggested are cotton blends, double gauze, gingham, linen blends, poplin, all those lovely fabrics we like to wear in the summer, and I chose our double gauze fabric as my choice for this one in this lovely denim colour. We also sell the double gauze in like a nice sort of dusky pink colour, a sage green, a navy. I think there's a baby blue as well. So if this isn't your thing, get on and have a look. As I mentioned, everything is linked below that I've talked about today, and our website is as well, so you can get on and have a look. But yes, I think that would be the perfect summer day dress made up in one of our double gauze fabrics. And then the next pattern is Simplicity 9326. So again, another really pretty pattern. It's got a fitted bodice again, slight A-line dress, skirt. It's a dress. It's got princess seams at the front and the back, which just run up to the neckline. So they're not the armhole princess seams, they just run up to the neckline. It's got a zip up the back, an option for a front skirt slit because those princess seams run down onto the skirt as well, and then it's got a square neckline, which again very contemporary, they've been really in this year, but you can go for plain square neckline, or you can add a ruffle which goes along the sleeve and comes down across the front of the dress and up and over the other sleeve as well. Two different lengths, a short length or a midi length. And again, what a lovely pattern. I really like this one. I just wish I had time to make them all. It's so frustrating. This one suggests crepe de chines, rayons, silky types, those sorts of fabrics. The fabric I chose is this polyester fabric, which has got this gorgeous print. It's like a sort of almost like a sagey green, maybe a little bit darker than a sage background with the pink flowers and the black leaves on it. I just really love this print. It's a really nice weight as well, perfect for dresses. Lots of drape and movement, but not sheer. It looks opaque, and it's, as I say, a nice weight, and I think would work brilliantly for that dress. Would like to get that in my wardrobe. And then finally, I chose Simplicity 9325, another dress. This one's an over the head job, so no need to do any buttons or zips or fastenings. It comes in 3 lengths, midi, maxi, and looks like there's a shorter length as well. There's 3 different sleeve options. So you've got a flutter sleeve, which is really just very flared at the end and sort of drapes into a flutter. You've got the self ruffle sleeve, so that's like a sleeveless version with a little ruffle around the edge, or just plain sleeveless. The centre front, there's a panel that comes down the centre front, and then that goes into a cummerbund round the waist, and then it's gathered under the bust, which I always think's nice and creates a nice bit of shape there. And it's gathered under the cummerbund as well at the top of the skirt, where the skirt joins the waist, and then it's just a flared skirt. And with this one, they suggest chambray crepes, double georgette, lightweight linens, rayons, silky types. I think it looks great on the model, made up in a print. However, I think because you've got that lovely interesting centre front panel and the cummerbund, and you know, there's quite a few seam lines going on there, I thought, oh, it'd be really nice to show that off in a plain fabric. So the fabric I chose for that one is our Prestige Crepe, which is a John Caldor. I chose this lovely teal colour, but it does come in a wide range of colours, so do jump on again, have a look on the website. We've linked everything below and linked the website below, so you can have a look and choose your preferences. But I thought this teal would look gorgeous, made up in either the midi or the shorter length version with the flutter sleeves, and then you can just imagine some nice big gold earrings, or and a gold bag or gold shoes, you know, some gold accessories. I think would just look absolutely gorgeous with this beautiful teal colour. So that would be my pick. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. As I mentioned at the start of the video, you can find everything on our website. You'll find all the links to everything you need below. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.